Let us see example related to the algorithm. So how we need to represent an algorithm? Write an algorithm to add two numbers entered by the user. So the first step is step 1, start. Step 2 is declaring the variables num1, num2 and sum. Step 3, we need to read the values of num1 and num2. Step 4, add num1 and num2 and assign the result to sum. That is, we can write it as sum is equal to num1 plus num2. So the equal to sign we can represent it as like arrow. That is, the right hand side expression, whenever it is evaluated into single value, it will store it in sum. The step 5 is to display the sum. Once the sum has been evaluated, we are displaying the sum to the output. The last step is stop. So you can observe in this particular algorithm, the first step is start and the last step is stop. In between, the second step we are going to declare, which means we are initializing the variables or the identifiers which are needed as part of our program. Next, step 3, we are going to read the values of num1 and num2. So after reading the values, in step 4, we are seeing the actual logic or the computation which is happening on the two numbers, and we are going to store it on sum. Then the next step is we need to display the contents. So as a program, when it is executing, we need to understand what is the output of it. So in order to see that output, we need to display it. The last step is stop. So this is an algorithm to add two numbers entered by the user. Let us see the next example of an algorithm. Write an algorithm to find the factorial of a given number entered by the user. So we know what is the step 1? Step 1 is start. Step 2, declare the variables n to read the number, factorial and I for iterations. Next, step 3, we need to initialize the factorial value to 1 and I value to 1. Next, step 4, read the value of n. So which number factorial you require, you should read the value of n over here in step 4. Step 5, repeat the steps until I is exactly equal to n. That is, we need to iterate the process till it is equal to n. So here there are some internal steps within this. What we need to repeat, they are factorial equal to factorial into I. Factorial equal to factorial into I. Then increment the I value and repeat this process till I is less than or equal to n. So after finishing this step 5, then we are going to display the result, that is display factorial. Step 6 is display factorial. The last step is stop. So this is an algorithm to find the factorial of any given number entered by the user. Let us see the next example. Algorithm to find all roots of a quadratic equation. So quadratic equation is nothing but ax square plus bx plus c. So we need to find the roots of this particular quadratic equation. So in order to find the roots, first let us understand the step-by-step process for implementing the algorithm. Step 1, start. Step 2. Initialize the variables a, comma b, comma c, r1, comma r2, comma d is nothing but discriminant. So here a, b, c are coefficients, r1, r2 are the roots which we need to find out, and d is a discriminant. Step 3, we need to read the values of a, b, c. That is, input the values of a, b, c. Step 4, calculate discriminant. That is, d is equal to b square minus 4ac. Discriminant is equal to b square minus 4ac. Step 5. Now we need to check the condition here. If discriminant d is less than 0, then display roots are imaginary. And we need to calculate the roots r1 and r2. They are r1 is equal to minus b plus I, that is imaginary part, under root of discriminant by 2a, and r2 is equal to b plus I under root of the given discriminant divided by 2a, and then we need to print the roots r1 and r2. Step 6. If step 5 is failed, that is, if the discriminant value is less than 0, this condition is failed in step 5, then in the step 6, if step 5 is failed, then check the condition discriminant is exactly equals to 0. Exactly equals to 0, which means d is double equal to 0. Then roots are equal. Roots are equal, and calculate r1 and r2 equal to minus b by 2 into a. Minus b by 2 into a. So 2 into a should be written in the brackets. Then print the roots of r1 and r2. Step 7. If step 6 is failed, then check the condition for discriminant d is greater than 0. Then display the roots are real. Display the roots are real. And calculate r1 is equal to minus b plus under root of discriminant by 2a, and r2 is equal to minus b minus square root of d, that is discriminant, by 2a. Print the roots of r1 and r2. After evaluating this, print the roots of r1 and r2. Then the last step is end. Last step is end. So this is how we can find the roots of a quadratic equation.